They say fire clears the old to make way for the new, but some fires don't burn clean. They spread, they consume, and they don't care what secrets turn to ash. Previous episode left us with answers that didn't feel real. Have Cal and Josie become allies in a time where it seems no one is honest with Cal? Will the next crops be enough profit to keep the likes of Eli Rourke at a distance? Was Cal's dad a far more troubling man than he knew him as? Welcome to Episode 4, The Fireline.
Oh, here we are. It's December. We've just sold off our barley. Unfortunately, the distilleries didn't want it. It wasn't up to the standard they wanted. We're going to make about $48,000 off of it, though. I think, 45,000, give or take. Somewhere around there. So not too bad for the land we got. We've been taking care of a lot of the weeds, harrowing, or I should say hoeing. And, we're just, it's been kind of quiet the last 2 months. I haven't heard from Rourke. He said he was no longer interested in the land, I guess. And he said, I can enjoy the sinking ship that it is, which I found interesting. Josie's been pretty patient. We've already paid her, a couple months in advance on the lease, just because I wanted to make sure that goodwill's held. We really haven't found much else, to be honest with you. We haven't had many job offerings to help us out with money either. It's been kind of slow all around. People have just kind of let me be since my little cafe scene with Rourke a couple months back. Mr. Eli Rourke. It's still been kind of a whole weird thing. We see the sheriff pretty often. He comes around. Maybe that's been enough to keep people out of here. I don't know. But we'll just continue on over these next couple months because we won't be able to do much. You see, a little bit of snowflakes starting to drop. Should be seeing snow soon. We'll kind of take it from there. Really think I need to get a lawnmower next year and try to clean up a lot of this. But other than that, we've been in good shape. I've kept some things hidden in the barn still. I don't think anybody's found them. Once the straw is able to sell, we'll definitely get that moved out, get us back over there. And there really hasn't been anything to really purchase for us. Maybe that old mower, would be nice. But we'll see. Kind of take it for what it is, Was hoping maybe Josie would have had some work for me I could help her out with, but I don't think we've fully earned that kind of trust with her, despite us kind of coming out and saying that our father looks like he was in the wrong from the ledgers I'm seeing. So let's go in, have a nice cup of joe, and make the most of these next couple months in the winter. Well, here we are. We made it to spring. It's March. I've gone through, got all the equipment double checked. Luckily, we haven't had any incidents since the one time somebody decided to try to sabotage us right before harvest. Our crop looks pretty good. We're seeing the barley prices go down in the market, unfortunately. But I think, this one's going to be a really good turnout on barley, and I think we can get the distilleries to purchase some off of us. We haven't really seen much for straw sales. We're holding out till we see a good market value for it. But yeah, we're ready. We're ready for the summer. We're ready for harvest. I feel really good. Like, it just seems like, us talking to Josie and making things right, it's just working out. like I said, we will lose a little bit of the field over there after harvest, but it is what it is. You know, I'm thankful that we get to take what's on it off of it for a small lease. And we got to look at the bright side of it. Oh, somebody's calling me. Who is this number?
Good day. Whom am I speaking with?
Hello, this is Cal.
Cal, it's Eli Rourke.
How are you, Eli? Thought you had left town the way I got quiet and never heard from you again.
Checking in, with barley prices dropping fast, as your lone crop.
Oh, I do understand that barley prices are way down and that's my only crop.
Might be a safe time to sell off some land.
The land just isn't for sale. I told you before and I'm telling you now. There's no deal here.
That is your loss, then.
I need to get back working on some things around my home. Take care. No. What is that? What is happening? What is happening? No. All our equipment's on fire. I don't know if I can save any of it. I should... Oh, no, the documents. That's right, the documents are in the hay barn. Oh, it's all on fire. No. No. Oh. Grab the ledger. No. 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 This can't be happening right now. This can't be happening.
You think this was an accident? Out here, fire means a warning.
And who's warning me? Rourke? Maddox? Someone who doesn't want the truth found? Tell me, Josie. This is frustrating. I'm glad you came over, but it's all lost. Barn's already smoldering. No time to think. I grabbed what I could. I was able to save part of the ledger. Some of the documents. But all the equipment's gone. I don't know how I'm also going to harvest any of this now. None of that equipment will be enough money from insurance to even get close to what we had here. I don't know.
How? You all right? Fires like this tend to erase mistakes. You should count yourself lucky, Cal.
It just doesn't seem right, Sheriff. Rourke called me earlier in the day. Gave me one more offer. Told me I would never be able to stay up and break even with the way barley prices were going. And then this happens. You need to go find him. That's who you should be investigating right now. Something's just off with that guy.
I know this is hard right now, Cal. Take a moment and let my department work through this.
There it is. The remains of legacy. If that's what you want to call it. We've got all these fields nearing harvest, and this is the remaining rubble of everything. It's frustrating. It's defeating. You know, insurance now is seeming to be quite odd about the land and the equipment value. They've kind of said everything was just max depreciation. And, you know, we said, luckily we did sell the barley when we did, because if we had lost that, we'd be at half of what we have now in the bank account. There's nothing really on the used market. I really don't know where to begin. I guess the only bright side is Josie said that, what we paid up front already because of that good deed, we don't have to pay the remaining part out of the harvest. She said just, what we get is what we get. She understands the barley prices are just crashing. It's just an all-around tough situation. Never thought it would come to this. Or that we'd be in this situation. I really just don't know where to go with this now. The only thing that kind of shocked me was amongst this rebel, they found another box with more documentation on it. Showed some things. Some things that started to add up. The sheriff, I feel, hasn't been fully honest with me, and, well, this paperwork, this second deed, and the map that comes with it kind of says a lot. It kind of says that the sheriff, my father, and whoever this Ep4 were doing something that was just not right, and they were trying to bury the tracks of what they did. Somehow this deed was signed before I was even born. My father had somehow acquired more of this land than there seems to be. And the other part that confuses me is it's just not these 4 fields. Somehow we own land to the north that was sold. Field 27, but it doesn't make sense. I never recall us owning that land, but it says for years we leased that land out, paid out. It's just not adding up. I'll leave it up to you, the viewers, for the second half of the season. Should we continue on and try to rebuild what we've lost? Or should we let the ashes remain and let the valley that we know fade away and be regrown by someone else? Make sure to leave a comment, smash that like button, and thank y'all for supporting the first 4 episodes of this series.